Hello everybody, Mary to Katie K here, coming to you with a quick updated video on just some items that I use now when breastfeeding. So initially when I recorded the first video, my son was about 8 weeks old. I'm recording this when he is 3.5 months old. It'll probably go up when he's a little bit over 4 months old. So let's go ahead and get right into it. If you have any questions that I do not cover here, please check that first video below, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is the pump that I use. I did get asked what pump I use, and I basically just use the Medla pump, and I got this from the hospital. So now I will say this, if we do decide to have a third child, I'm going to ask for a handheld and an electric, but I don't still have this one. I want an electric pump. I've never had one. I only hand expressed with my first son, and I've only done that with this son, and honestly, I haven't had an issue. But I would like to try an electric pump, so I'm going to ask for one if we do have another child. Basically, this is it. Okay, you have your pump. Everything comes apart. Everything is top rack, dishwasher sink. Okay, just put it on and you work it out. It doesn't take me long to pump, okay? I know this may seem like it would take forever, but it doesn't, honestly. 2 minutes, I can have a full bottle. 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, I can do both. So it's not an issue for me. This is the container that you store your milk in. Yes, I just pumped this milk, and so this is just from one side, okay? And I store it in here. I put it in the refrigerator till I'm ready to freeze the milk. And you just take this cap off. You screw this in, you get to pump it. Now, as far as combining your milk, you can combine the milk that you have pumped in the same day. But that's it. I would not combine milk over 2 or 3 days. Only the milk that you have pumped the same day, and I have a reason why. That is because when I store my breast milk, I store it in these freezer bags right here, these little storage bags. They all come together in this packaging here, and I store my milk that way. I pour it into the bag. I label it. As you can see, this was pumped on February the 16th of 2014. 5 ounces of milk at 8:30 a.m. When you put it in the bag, you lay it flat to freeze. Okay, I lay it in the door. There's a section of my door I keep empty, and I lay it flat to freeze. Then I take it and move it to the back of the freezer in a storage container. I do try to keep a day's worth of milk close by in the door of the freezer just for easy grabs, but I go ahead and freeze my breast milk. I don't necessarily keep it in the refrigerator because I was just losing 2 or 3 bottles. It just wasn't going through it and wasn't being bottle fed, so I just go ahead and freeze mine. I don't have a large supply of milk stored in the freezer, and I do not have a deep freezer, so I do not have more than like 2 or 3 days worth, and that's just because there was really no need for it. Now, if I was a working woman, then I would definitely have a lot of milk stored up, but I'm not. I'm here, so it's really not a big need for that. Now, as far as if you ever have an issue with leaking, I will say I don't have that issue anymore, but when I did, I used breast pads. I do not like the cotton breast pads just because when they soaked up the milk, they still made me feel really, really wet and damp. I prefer the disposable ones because when they soak up the milk, they keep me dry. And these are just some store brand ones from Toys R Us that I picked up. They are individually wrapped, and I like that about them. So if you use one and the other side's still good, you don't have to rip open 2 new ones. And then the other brand is the same brand as my breast milk bags, and that's these right here. They come the exact same way. The only difference is you only get 60 individually wrapped in their packaging, and with these you get 74 for a cheaper price. So I went with these. There's no difference in the texture. There's a difference in how they feel or how they work. These work great for me. But now that we've been doing it for a while, I honestly do not have any issues with that. I will say to you ladies that are new to this, keep your head up and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, because now I'm starting to feel like my body is back to normal. I'm not having any engorgement issues, and everything is leveling out great, and everything is back to normal size. If that makes any sense. There's a lot of myths out there that breastfeeding makes you hang low and makes everything bigger. I didn't have a bigger issue. I would say it made them fuller. It didn't make them bigger where they were 3, 4 sizes bigger. It just made them really fill up all the space in the bra. Now that I have lost all the weight, well, a lot of weight, and I don't have engorgement issues anymore, I realized that my bras were way too big, so I have went down several sizes and lost several pounds, so I had to adjust that. So now that's all fixed. I feel really, really good. So definitely keep it going, ladies. I know it's hard, but keep it going. Last but not least, tenderness. I did show you guys lanolin in my last video, And definitely check that video out if you have not seen it. But I wanted to show you an alternative. I saw this on one of the Facebook pages that I posted as a suggestion for you guys to go get help where you can post questions and get immediate responses. And that is extra virgin coconut oil. This is cold pressed coconut oil. Okay, and you already know how it looks. I'm sure some of you use this in your hair and your recipes and your food and all kinds of stuff. This is food grade coconut oil. You can use this on your nipples if they do get tender, your areola if it does get tender, okay, instead of lanolin. If you're worried about an allergic reaction, I would strongly suggest that you go ahead and you can either test it on your baby, not in the mouth, okay, you could test it like on an ankle or on a thigh to see if they have a high from it, but I doubt that they will. Or you could just forgo testing yourself at all and just wipe it off, okay? Those wipes that I showed you in the previous video, wipe it off, okay, before you feed your child if you decide that lanolin doesn't work for you. Because some women were saying they have an allergic reaction to it. So it's just an alternative. This will work. Olive oil will work. A food grade oil, rapeseed oil will work, you know, so keep it moisturized if you're having an issue, okay? So that's all I have for you guys in my quick breastfeeding updates. I'm about to record another quick video about strawberry breast milk. Yeah, so if you want to know what that is, definitely stay tuned for that video. And that will just be my quick mother's tip, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.